keep all the pieces on the board. For example, he goes direct Firouzja, but for example, not commit, not trade off anything, because you can simply win on the clock. The more pieces left on the board, the higher your chances are of that. But we see a repeat of the previous game, the Spanish opening. Nothing new so far. The players copying exactly what they did in the last game. Firouzja must have a new idea up his sleeve, but both players playing super fast. Giri, I'm not sure about the clock times. Has he not spent any time at all? Finally ticking under 4 minutes. And his first real think of the game. First difference of the game is that White's bishop now is still parked on this long diagonal pointing at the black king. This is still known territory, I think. White's knight, bishop and rook on the edge of the board make a bit of an odd impression, but White's knight will start to centralise itself a bit later on. Who's played quicker? Slightly. Giri, I guess. He's eaten into Firouzja's time advantage a bit.
So tense, isn't it now, though? I mean, this is like the time, no increment is such a big thing. And if either of them get under a minute, you can flag, even in a really bad position. And this is what it's all about, the excitement. Grabbing that pawn over there, going a pawn up, but White has the attacking chances generally in this opening, right?
Yeah, but I like what Anish is doing. He's already making Firouzja think a little bit, grabbing material. He's that to fall back on. And, well, Firouzja is thinking a little bit, and now there's not that much in it. It's just about 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, Firouzja, I'm not used to seeing him play this slowly. Normally in Armageddon, it's just bang, 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 or blitz chess online. Yeah, the one thing that we definitely won't see is a resignation, I think, unless it's hopeless and the opponent has a lot of time on the clock. We will see that word. Simon mentioned flagging, just playing for the clock. There's always hope in Armageddon. And, OK, putting the white knight on the edge of the board. OK, the computer hated that, which makes me think there was maybe a tactic in the position. But, OK, the white knight has jumped into this really promising square. Is trying to attack. Such
a beautiful square, isn't it, that knight? Now the queen can come out as well, and this is the problem that black sometimes get, just this onslaught. And wow, what a move as well, the rook coming in.
Yeah.
I would be scared if I was black here, but Anish, you can hold it.
On the plus side for Anish Giri, he's only 20 or 25 seconds behind on the clock now. Firouzja just trying to whip up an attack has spent a lot of time, and here we go, Simon. The rook does enter. That's a lot of attacking pieces. White has 3 attacking pieces near the black king. White's light squared bishop as well, from afar on the same diagonal.
It looks so scary.
It looks incredibly scary. I think some defenders need to make their way over to the king side as quickly as possible.
They can't. And also, Giri does not look happy. He's spending time, but does he look a bit frustrated? He looks like, I don't know, gritting his teeth already.
I mean, the white queen's ready to come over, the white rook, if you need them. He's trying to get rid of some pieces, but look how many white attackers there are. Let's bring the queen over. I mean, I'd love to have this position as white. And David, he's going for your first approach here. I think Firouzja, just go for the kill, get everything over there. And, maybe there's something, a really strong sacrifice here, but just moving the queen looks natural and good.
Move first, think later. You're right, Simon. Just gravitate towards that black king. I mean, they're all stacked up. They're literally just queuing up, ready to pounce.
And there's big threat on the board of the white knight on f5, going to grab the pawn on g7, destabilising the knight on f6.
I mean, even if this was a long classical game with an hour or 2 on the clock, I think Giri would be struggling, hating his position. Even if there was no immediate breakthrough for white, the other rook in the corner can slide across. OK, this was necessary. Black's knight retreating, as Jovanka mentioned.
Now, is
it a target?
Is there a big move here? It's one of those positions where there could well be. He's keeping it simple for now. He's still got those 3 pieces, right?
Yeah.
So
the other white knight sitting there on the edge of the board can start moving over. First, he threatens some nasty stuff, lining up against the black king. And
Giri doing what you advocated, Simon, holding tight, using the queen as defensive powers along the 7th row. This is good stuff.
He's defending everything so far, but now he's gone under 2 minutes. So, that is also a bit worrying. And Firouzja's knights are now moving all the right way. I mean, it just looks visually so nice for white, doesn't it, as well? I mean, I know you're a pawn down, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Black's extra pawn is the a6 pawn, which is still miles away from doing anything significant. So, yeah, the problem for Giri is this position plays itself. White's pieces are just moving, slowly inching their way towards the black king. At least now he has a semi-threat for black. or I say threat, he just wants to eliminate that white knight on f5. It's too strong. Get rid of it. That black bishop wants to trade itself off.
It's the right way to play, isn't it? Try to get rid of all your opponent's aggressive pieces. Just make exchanges. Hold, hold, hold. That's what he's got to do here. Firouzja now spending a bit. This is going to be such an exciting finish.
Yeah.
They're both going under 2 minutes. They don't get extra time. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Exciting.
Hold on to the edge of your seats.
Yeah.
It's going to get fast and furious. And, yeah.
Yeah, the next 3-4 minutes, I'm not sure whether we can keep up with the players. It's going to speed up incredibly.
And Firouzja now under 2 minutes. So, wow. Not that much time difference between the pair. And he does reroute his knight.
And
Giri doesn't even trade off one of the knights.
But he's doing a great job, isn't he? It looked like he was going to get smashed, but he is holding. He's holding everything.
It really was park the bus. Until this last move, Black still had 5 pieces on his starting rank. He was literally kind of backs to the wall defending. And, OK, this bishop move is quite a nice one, maybe, covering all the light squares.
And Firouzja now under 1.5 minutes, which actually he's got less time than Anish Giri.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Anish has been 1 minute quicker than Firouzja up to this point, betraying all kind of, just going against all pre-match predictions.
But one little slip and you lose. This is the thing. So he's using the extra pawn now. He's got a simple plan, and Firouzja's moved his piece the other way. That is a good sign for Anish, right? The piece is going the wrong way, not towards Black's king.
Yeah, maybe we were talking about how natural his position was to play. He was going for the attack, but maybe he just missed the moment. He wasn't calculating at the right time. And
I mean, he's using the centre. I'd be using the H-pawn if I was white to throw it up the board. Very natural thing to do, but the white knights are still so scary. And in blitz, knights are very dangerous because you can't always tell which way they're going to go. Time situation, oh dear, Anish. Oh dear, Anish.
Slow down again.
You can't, you're under a minute, Anish. You don't get any more time.
It's basically a bullet game now. It's bullet chess, and Firouzja is one of the top 3 bullet players in the world. Anish is not as quick. The knights are jumping in. Simon, you mentioned them.
Attacking, oh no, it's all going to go a little bit wrong now. I just,
for who?
For Anish, you know, look at White's pieces. They're so active. That knight is getting ready to jump onto the e6 square. And now it's the rooks that are coming towards Black.
He's still holding. He's still holding.
Still doing it.
He's doing a brilliant job so far. But the pressure's building at the time.
It's taking him 1 second per move.
And Firouzja is just banging out those moves, isn't he?
This is classic Firouzja. He doesn't even care that he's a pawn down. He's happy just to have that extra 20 seconds on the clock. And slowly he's going to start creeping forward and creating threats. And has Anish just blundered a pawn? There we go.
Oh, no.
He was defending so well, but that's what happens when you're rushing 40 seconds on the clock. Now White's pieces are stacked up on the f-file. It's again backs to the wall, and he's blundered again, walked into a knight fork.
Oh.
Yeah.
2 black rooks attacked at the same time, and this one is almost over. The black knight kicked away. He's still fighting, though, attacking White's rook with his queen.
28 seconds, and the position is... He just, I mean...
Hopeless, unfortunately.
Yeah, Firouzja just went up a gear, didn't he? He went into overdrive, and very hard to deal with that and not blunder when you're facing that brilliancy.
And there we go, offering the queen trade. White is, after all, a rook for knight up. White also has an extra pawn. All you need to do is trade off the queens. All you need to do is somehow check the black king. The black king's in a mating net.
13 seconds.
No chance anymore for Giri.
No.
And the rooks are coming, and look at Firouzja. He's just belting out those moves.
Giri's pretty much out of time now, under 10 seconds. Firouzja still up at 30 seconds. He's just got that extra gear, Firouzja, when he really needs to.
It's incredible. I mean, look at that. Look, he's incredibly quick, isn't he?
And checkmate on the board in the next couple of moves. Giri gives up.
Oh, no, it's another match loss for Anish Giri.